All right, what's going on, everybody? Travis with REC Garage, and today we're working on the 46 a little bit, and I think we're going to continue working on the 37, maybe a little bit of Vicky sprinkled in there. So right now I just came back from the blasters, picked up all the top iron parts, windshield inside garnish moldings, rear bumper brackets, obviously the top irons, the front latch mechanism, and the latch. I took it apart. I have the rebuild kit in the box, so after it's all painted and self-etched, we will assemble that and put it on finally. That also holds the front end together where it needs to be, so that's an integral part of the front end that I've been waiting to blast, because this piece was a mess. So I guess let's just quit the blabbing and start self-etching. Alright, so I got everything self-etched. I flipped it over, did the other side. This is the other side. Yeah, so I think first off I'm going to take this guy and get him all situated. Maybe get the sand out of him. And get this guy working again. Where does he go this way? Ooh, I'm gonna have to look that up, because I don't remember. But regardless, gotta put that together, get the new spring and pin and everything. And then I kind of gotta wait on the other stuff. Rear brackets I think I can mess with. These are stock rear brackets for a 46 Ford. So those and these, gets one of each on each side. They are a little tweaked. I know, why paint them before you mess with them? I like to get everything at self-etch, because you know, you can just hit it again if you need to. And it's not overly thick. It just kind of pretty much just sticks to it and gives a nice protective coating. So I can still mess with this. I'm actually gonna try and put the 49 Plymouth bumpers on here, because I like the look of those better. The 3-rib bumpers. So I'm gonna have to mess with these a little bit anyway, but I think I can kind of make them work, obviously, because the mounting points are what I need. So I'll start off mounting them to the body, and I'll cut and bend necessary where I need to go to bolt up to the old bumper. And then I actually have the Plymouth brackets that I think I'm going to use for the front. Bolt them on the bumper, get them sitting the way they need to be, maybe bend them to meet the frame rail or do what I need to do there. But that should be pretty simple. Maybe drill new holes, because I want to set it in as far as I can. Might have to contour it. I know my bumpers aren't straight. They're kind of messed up, but that's all I got for now. But I think they'll look good, even if there's some flaky chrome on there. It's just hard to find a nice set of those Plymouth bumpers. Alright, so we've kind of decided to just do the patches, weld them in, and kind of move to the next. And after all the patches that he wants done are done, if there's still money to be made, he feels, we'll continue and start metal finishing some things. But I decided to go at this with the planishing hammer because it shrunk in a few places where I welded, and it just didn't look right to me when I was looking at it down the side. It was kind of bowed in, so I decided to just fix that. I'm not going to grind any of the welds right now. I'm just kind of hammering things and kind of straightening things out, so when someone looks at it, they're not kind of like, whoa, what was that? Alright, so that was really easy. Just a pin, cotter pin, and a spring that just loops around the back of this. Easy peasy. So, yeah, that's really it. So I'm going to try to find some hardware and put this in. I don't think I have enough hardware, honestly, but we'll see. I think it's just 1/4 inch bolts, it looks like, so I should actually one, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holy crap. 5. So I do have these nice stainless flathead bolts, which I should probably use. Yeah, I'll use these. I just need to find or get 1/4 inch nuts. So we got the chassis back from our friends over at Double Clutch Garage. They are building the chassis for us. Already you can see it's got Mustang 2 front, 9-inch in the rear, parallel leaves. Nice driver setup. It's exactly what's in this. So it's going to ride great. And Dan, the guy that owns this car, he drives his cars everywhere. So there's no, like, don't knock him for having a Mustang 2 in the front and a 9-inch of parallel leaves in the rear. Don't call it street rod, because he drives the hell out of these cars. Like, he'll drive it from New York to Texas. So, like, twice a year if he wants to. So, I don't care how the suspension's set up, because this is going to get used. So, now, I have to do some shuffling around here, because I still need to fit my car and at least the 36 with this chassis inside. So I think my plan is I have to move my car back. I'll move the 46 back. Then I'll have to get funky with the hoist again. Bring the body here, lift it up, roll the chassis underneath, put it back down, and then I can, well, then after that I think I need to push him back, 46 and the 36 outside. Push this Vicky outside in the corner there. Put the 36 here. 46 is going here. I might see how far I can pull it up, and then maybe see if I can sneak the Vicky like at the end of the garage. Have the frame horns kind of stick here and have the body over here somewhere. I don't know, but it's a head scratcher. Tiny garage things, so you'll obviously see what happens. I gotta get going. Need to hurry up because daylight is fading fast, and need to be inside. I shouldn't be outside right now, but I need to do shuffling because I can't leave that outside. Not that I can't, I don't want to. I could, but that would be kind of a jerk move. There's some fresh metal on it, and the guys aren't really finished with the chassis. I need to do work with that chassis more than they need to do work with the chassis at this point in time. All right, so the Vicky's outside right now. I'm gonna pull it up to the door, wrap it in the tarp, strap it around, kind of leave it like that for a bit, I think. And I think I gotta do some moving around in the shop because, see, I can pull the 46 up here and it leaves me definitely a widths car, widths, and I can move it forward. I just didn't, a little bit, not much, but I can move it forward. And this is a big car, it's bigger than this. So I think I want to move my drill press again. I know, keep moving that thing, but it's kind of in the middle, direct middle of the shop on this wall, and it's kind of messing things up. As you can see here, I could have kind of pulled it back a little more, at least to about like here, I think, and gotten enough room, I think, probably the front horns here, to put the frame horns of the 32 here and have the back end right here, to fit 3 cars in here. And when I don't have to shove 3 cars in here, I think I'll just have more room overall. So where I want to put this, you ask, how are you going to put it somewhere and have more room? So I think I'm going to put this against the wall right here. So the head's going to come up here, going to come down and be able to drill stuff here, and it will not get in the way of the Pullmax because the throat depth ends here and it's kind of going to be here-ish. And if it does get in the way, you know, I'll just move the drill press. But I haven't been doing things that have needed the full throat depth of this machine yet. And when that day comes, I can just move it. Yeah, it's a little pain in the ass, but if I have one big job that I need to move it over, and if that day comes, I probably won't even have the drill press there anyway, because I move stuff so often. And all of this stuff is easily movable. This shaping station is easily moved. I move it all the time. Bead roller moves. This planishing hammer is on wheels, so that's obviously easily moved. And so is that ginormous louver press. It's on wheels. I just got to pick the front up and I can move it around. And this single wheel moves very easily. So, thinking, put it there. I can condense everything down here while I need the space up front. I can easily move the Vicky or whatever car body there is out, move that forward, and I can kind of space my stuff out and give myself some room to work. But as of right now, it's just a stupid idea to have 3 cars in here. 2 is fine. Personal and a project is fine because I can pull this out and work on the project. And if I cannot pull the car out, I can move it to the end of the garage, and this real estate is open and I have room to work on a car. It's just, you know, 3 cars is a bit tight in here. I had 2 cars is a bit tight in here, but you know, we get it done. Moving stuff around all the time, finding the best place for things is kind of what it takes. You really, small shops like this, you can't just set it up once and think it's perfect, because you're gonna work in it and realize that it's not. Like, I thought this was great putting this here because it would leave all this room here for me to work in. I didn't foresee me having 3 cars in here at one time. So at this time, I need it moved. I might have to move it back here. Who knows? I'm rambling. So let me just get the Vicky wrapped up for now. He said it's fine to leave it outside if I had to. And I will, at least for a couple days. here I am jumping around again. I had the bright idea that I'm gonna planish this fire truck fender on my water for light planishing hammer on the stand, and it's just way too big. I can't even handle the thing, so I put it back. As you can see, it came back from Blasters and it is clean. The only thing was the edge was kind of contoured not really correctly from a previous repair. You can see a bunch of hammer marks from the inside, and I'm just going to take the planishing hammer here and flatten out those holes on the step pads. They kind of got deformed from stepping on it over the years, and the edge I just recontour. You'll see me do that here in a minute. Alright, so I snuck in a little bit of this fire engine planishing to kind of give some more body to the video, if you will. It just came back from blasting, and I figured I'd touch up the dents and a couple issues that there were. There was a dent here that I didn't see because of the Bondo. I took care of that. Some of these holes were kind of dented in or pulled out. Those are smooth. There was a ton of damage around here, and you could still kind of see it. And it looks like it was beat out at some point with hammers. You can see all the marks in there. It's smooth now. Yeah, nice contour to it. And they also, when they beat it out, they didn't give the correct contour to the fender. So about from like here all the way to here, it was like almost kind of flat, and it was a peak kind of at the corner, and then it went down. So I recontoured. That's what I was doing. I was recontouring this edge pretty much and smoothing this out. But there was only so much I could do to smooth out the metal here, because it's like, it's got to be like 14 gauge or like 15 gauge steel. It's really thick. And my planishing hammer, even though it's great, I don't think any planishing hammers usually mess with steel this thick. So I did my best, and I think it really came out great. The whole fender has a nice contour to it now on that corner throughout the whole thing, instead of just on the edge and on this edge. So it's a whole way around. Yeah, nice job. Had some fun. Had a little workout with that planishing hammer. Everything's all good. Alright, so here's the rear bumper brackets for the 46, and I had to straighten them out, straighten one of them out. I forgot which one I straightened out, but as you can see now, tips touch and they're pretty equal. If I need to tweak it a little bit more, I will, but I don't think I do. This one I tweaked. So tips match, and when I laid them on their ends, everything looked good from the side view, so I believe they're all right. So now I labeled them 1 and 2 because I don't know exactly which piece goes to what yet. So that's one side, and this is another side. It's one side, the other side. I gotta find some bolts to put through this. Then I'll try and bolt them to the body and see, not the body, the frame, and see how close those 49 Plymouth bumpers are to bolting up. See what I need to do, if I need to cut a section out of this or move this or do that, tweak this. Because it's, you know, all the bumpers from the 40s and 50s are kind of all the same shape. There's some subtleties and different curvatures, but for the most part, they're all pretty much the same. So should just be a little bit of tweaking to get these to fit, hopefully. And yeah, so I'm guessing these long ones, ow, go on the inside, so they would bolt to like towards the center of the bumper, and then these curved ones will go towards the outside. I think they're upside down right now, but we'll figure that out when we get to the car. So let me find some bolts. And as you can probably tell, I jump around a lot. I have ADD, sorry, can't help it. Especially when there's things, it's a lot of, I'm waiting on some things. So I can only do a couple things here, a little bit there. Did some of that fire truck fender. Put the body on the 36 chassis. You know, just a bunch of little things. It's been kind of jumpy lately, and that's just normally how I am, but in the future, hopefully, of the near future, there's going to be a lot of just straight up 36 Roadster videos, which is going to be cool. I'm really excited to deep dive into that and start tearing it apart and fixing everything, bringing it back to life. Not that it's dead. It was a complete car before it came to me. Well, when it came to me. So, I don't know, just figured I'd tell you. I know it's kind of obvious that I jump around, but know that I know. I know I'm jumping around. Is what it is right now. So, just back into whatever I'm doing next. Alright, so after I mounted the bumper brackets, I just threw the stock bumper on here. This is the only bumper I have that's stock, and it's been blasted, primed, and started to be body worked. I think he wanted to paint it. I think I mentioned that before. You know, I don't know. It's not half bad. It kind of belongs on the car, but the thing is, it's not chromed, and I like chrome, as you can tell by the dashboard. But, yeah, I don't know. I might just be lazy because I have a lot to do. And just, I don't know, paint that black. Just leave it on there. I don't know. Or it might just take the same amount of time to sand that off and paint it black than it would be to modify the bumper brackets to fit the 49 Plymouth bumpers. So I'm kind of torn. But I don't know, I'm going to just rock it like this for now while I'm pulling it in and out of the garage and driving it down the street. Just so it's got something on it. But the front still has nothing on it. I don't have 49, 46 to 48 bumper brackets for the front, so it's got nothing on it right now. I do have the brackets for the front of a 49 Plymouth. So maybe I can mount those on, see if it works, see if it's the same width on the frame. Who knows, might get lucky. And the front might just bolt up. I should actually try that. I don't know why I haven't tried that. But I don't have time right now. I'm kind of wrapping up this video. You know, it's Saturday. Video comes out tomorrow, so I should get going.